Who are the Pahlavists, Iran's pro-Israel voice in exile? As the Zionist coalition continues its war on Iran, it is striking to see certain jubilant individuals celebrating and praising the actions of Trump and Netanyahu's administration. They appear indifferent to the children bombed in schools or the rising death toll among innocent Iranians. What is more disturbing is that these people are not Jewish, nor are they radical Christian evangelicals. They are, in fact, Iranians, at least by origin. They are the Pahlavists, commonly referred to as the Iranian monarchists. Mostly residing in the United States and Western Europe, they center their political identity around the personality cult of Reza Pahlavi, the son of the last Shah of Iran, who was overthrown in the 1979 revolution. Who is Reza Pahlavi? When the regime of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi collapsed, Reza was only 17 years old. He went into exile in the United States, where he has lived ever since. Despite shifting political realities, he continues to project confidence that he will one day return to Iran and revive the dynasty established by his coupist grandfather. Following his father's death in exile in Cairo in 1980, Reza Pahlavi declared himself Shah of Iran and became active in opposition politics. Now in his mid-60s, he has little administrative or leadership experience beyond his status as a former crown prince who regularly grants interviews. He is widely believed to live on what remains of his family's wealth, or, say, the stolen wealth of Iran. In 1986, the American investigative journalist Robert Woodward reported that the CIA provided nearly $6 million to Iranian exile movements, including those aligned with Pahlavi. Over the years, the self-styled Crown Prince has maintained close ties with liberal think tanks and advocacy groups seeking regime change in Iran. He presents himself as a proponent of democracy, ironically, a value not associated with his family's rule. In 2013, he co-founded the Iran National Council (EANC), and in early 2023, he joined the Alliance for Democracy and Freedom in Iran, ADFI, also known as the Georgetown Coalition. However, the coalition proved short-lived, especially because of his attempts to position himself as its sole leader, a stance reinforced by followers who continue to view him as a rightful king. A 2024 poll conducted by Iranian academics in the Netherlands, Gaman, found that only 32.8% of respondents would choose Pahlavi in a hypothetical free and fair election. If the poll is reliable, it suggests that while he enjoys some support, it falls far short of the image he and his online supporters project, who often claim to speak on behalf of all Iranians. Nevertheless, one wonders why he has this much support. Pahlavism and the media. Within the diaspora, beyond social media activism, there has been a sustained propaganda effort promoting the Pahlavi dynasty under the nostalgic slogan Iran before the Islamic Republic. Many Iranians abroad remain connected to Persian culture primarily through media platforms such as Monoto TV and Iran International, both based in London. Monoto, launched in 2010 as a satellite broadcaster, ceased traditional broadcasting in 2024 to focus on digital media. Its funding has long been questioned, and it has often been described as explicitly monarchist, anti-regime, and pro-Israel. Iran International, meanwhile, has taken a more aggressive stance in promoting Pahlavi-aligned narratives and has been linked, by The Guardian in 2018, to funding from a Saudi businessman with ties to Riyadh. These platforms broadcast in Persian and often romanticize pre-revolutionary Iran, its culture, music, nightlife, and social life, appealing particularly to younger audiences who did not experience the authoritarian nature of the Shah's rule. In October 2024, Babak Ishaghi, a correspondent for Iran International, faced criticism after writing the slogan "Woman, Life, Freedom, Zon, Zendegi, Azadi" on the rubble of a destroyed home in Gaza. Unfortunately, this is emblematic of the insensitivity among certain Iranian diaspora groups towards the suffering of Palestinians. Ironically, even the Shah's regime, despite maintaining relations with Israel, did not entirely abandon the Palestinian cause as a matter of principle. By contrast, many contemporary Pahlavi supporters display overt hostility towards Palestinians. Zionism and Pahlavism. At its core, the ideological overlap between Zionism and Pahlavism lies in notions of exceptionalism. Just as Zionist narratives emphasize a divinely sanctioned claim to land, Pahlavist discourse has historically drawn upon ideas of Aryan superiority. Mohammad Reza Pahlavi himself bore the title Aryamir, Light of the Aryans. Thus, Pahlavists are always eager to associate themselves with the British and Germans, their linguistic cousins, rather than with their own historical Middle Eastern neighbors. Politically, Pahlavi supporters often present a false binary promoted by the Zionist regime. Young Iranians are made to believe that one must either support the current Iranian regime or endorse Pahlavi as the only alternative. And of course, the only path to this alternative is to be pro-Israel. While it is naive to think that Israel expects a Pahlavist Iranian in the future, the Zionist regime readily uses the Pahlavi bandwagon as a tool to shape narratives. Reza Pahlavi himself appears to embrace aspects of this alignment. During his visit to Israel in April 2023, he and his wife were warmly received by Netanyahu and his intelligence minister, Gila Gamliel. Reza Pahlavi prayed at the Western Wall while ignoring the Al-Aqsa Mosque. His wife, Yasmin Pahlavi, shared a photo of an Israeli soldier in East Jerusalem captioned "Women, Life, Freedom to the dismay of many Iranians." He has also advocated for the so-called Cyrus Accords, an expansion of the Abraham Accords that would normalize relations between a future Iran under his leadership and Israel. Notably, in a widely circulated prank call by Russian comedians, Reza Pahlavi avoided condemning Israel's actions in Gaza, clearly revealing where he stands. Conclusion. It is important to note that a significant driver behind the convergence between some Pahlavi supporters and Zionist narratives is a shared hostility towards Islam and Arab identity. Many among this group identify as secular or atheist, sometimes expressing pride in pre-Islamic Iranian traditions. To a Muslim reader, their hostility and alignment with Zionism would readily fit within the Quranic verse, "You will surely find the most hostile of people toward the believers to be the Jews and the polytheists," Al-Maida Quran chapter 5 verse 82. Moreover, this phenomenon reflects the often seen tensions within modern secular and nationalist movements in parts of the Muslim world, particularly the paradox in which calls for rights and freedom are sometimes accompanied by disregard for cultural values and human suffering. This contradiction is evident in the celebration, by the Pahlavists, of violence not only against Palestinians but also against civilians in their own country.